What's going on, folks? Figured I'd come on for a minute and see, maybe give a little bit of time for people to jump on. Just kind of wanted to give my thoughts now that the day is approached, and I will be flying down to San Diego in the morning. I'm hoping to be able to see some people that I know. Hopefully, that'll be a chance for me to catch up with some of the people that I knew while I was there in California, and hopefully get my eyes fixed. That's the ultimate goal. Be able to see. So, the whole beginning of this thing was to get rid of glasses and contacts, and I'm stuck with glasses again. So, I obviously didn't achieve what I was setting out to do on the first try, but luckily it didn't really cost me anything. I mean, I got the money back for that to put toward this next one. So hopefully this trip will rectify it, and hopefully I can get back to having some kind of a normal vision. Although I will tell you this, I've been looking at videos online, which is probably the dumbest thing anyone can do doing this. I did that the first time and worked myself up a little bit, but I think this time they're going to do a different procedure. Instead of doing LASIK, I think they're going to do RPK or PRK. I'm sorry, PRK. And this one is a little longer healing period, but it's got a better success rate for some people. So now, that being said, I think that the procedure will be determined on my first visit, which will be Monday. Tomorrow's travel day, so I'll be traveling down to San Diego, leaving here at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be landing in San Diego roughly 6:30 or so, and staying with my friend Lisa Roning. Good friend. She was there. We ran California United Patriots together, and she was the CO, I was the XO, and we did a lot of events. We met up a few times. We were like on complete opposite ends of the state. I was in Northern California, and she was as far south in Southern California as you could get. Like she could almost see the border from her house. So that's how far south she was. We did get together for a few events and got a chance to hang out and really get to know each other, which was really cool. And when this opportunity came up to get my eyes fixed, she was the first one to reach out and say, come on down. So I owe her a debt of gratitude, and that's huge. So I'm going to kind of go over what I've learned about PRK. So it looks like what they're going to do. Now, keep in mind, I've already had one LASIK surgery, so they've already cut the flap in my eyes, I should say. So they could do that again, but every time that they do it, they sever the nerves in the eyes for tearing. So it takes longer to get the tears back. And luckily, I'm not having too many problems with dry eye or anything. I've been fortunate. I did have a little bit of issue with the right eye. They took more out with the first procedure. So this one here, PRK, what they do is they actually kind of scrub the top layer of skin off. Instead of peeling it back and all that kind of stuff this time, what they're going to do is actually scrub off the top layer of skin called the epithelium. And then the laser will do its job. Hopefully it'll stay centered this time. And right now I've got pretty good vision in the right eye. Distance-wise, I can see pretty well. The left eye, I can't. The left eye is pretty bad. So, even if they were to fix my left eye, I'd have probably pretty good vision. I can't read with my right eye. I can still shoot, which is, I'm pretty lucky there. I just have to normally I would shoot with both eyes open. I have to close one eye really to focus on what I'm doing. But I'm able to make it happen. So let's see, I'm going to go to my thing here. The left eye is pretty bad. So there we go. Yeah, so the left eye I can't really do much with it without glasses or contacts. And a lot of time up here in Anchorage, I was actually running around with one contact in because I could see to drive and everything without one in my right eye. My left eye was considerably worse, both nearsighted and double vision. If I squint a little bit, the double vision goes away, so I know that they're not far off, but it's off-centered enough that it causes the double vision. So, you know, if I drove around and I was squinting a little bit, I could make out what I needed to make out. I can't read road signs that way. Lights coming at me was a nightmare. So that was just not going to work. Anyway, let's make sure I'm on the right live stream here so I can see comments. Okay, looks like I got 4 or 5 people on. That's good. So yeah, I've been watching different videos and different outcomes and all that kind of stuff, and you know, I'm not seeing any videos that are, you know, people talking negatively about it, anything other than that. But they are talking the healing period's longer. So what they'll do is they'll scrub my eye, they'll take off the top layer of skin, the laser will do its job. At least from the videos that I've watched from like 2019, 2020, everyone is having it done. They put a like a see-through contact, not a prescription contact, but like a bandage contact on after the procedure's done, and you have to wear that for 4 or 5 days. And then at the end of that, they take it off, and you see good for the first 2 or 3 days, I guess. You have to rest your eyes for 4 hours or so after the first surgery, or after the surgery, and then you see okay. There's a little bit of burning from what I'm gathering, so that's kind of normal. I had that in my first surgery, so you know, it's like basically like getting burnt. You know, if you get a tattoo done, I'm sure it's very similar to that. This is kind of a version of tattooing your eyes, minus the needle. But anyway, there'll be a little bit of burning, so you have to rest your eyes the first 4 hours or so after the surgery's done. So I'll probably take a nap after that, if I can go to sleep. I haven't been able to sleep very well lately, so we'll see. Sunglasses, I'm sure I'll be light sensitive for a few days. And then after 5 days, they take the bandage contact off. And then I hear it's kind of rough for a couple days. Basically, what your eyelids do is they kind of polish your eyes. So they're going to sand down it sounds really rough, but they're going to sand down my eyeball. And then your eyelids actually polish the cornea back to where you can see. So some people were starting to see pretty well with a little bit of haze after the first week. Some people didn't get it till the second week. And some people don't really start seeing well for a month and a half. So I'm a little nervous about that part of it. Being a mechanic and having to be able to see where your hands are at, kind of important. Not being able to see my phone is going to suck. I'm going to have to blow up my screen for everything. But I mean, the thing is with PRK is it's actually a more permanent surgery because they're not cutting the flap again. And the good thing about it is they don't really resever nerves since they're not cutting the flap. They're actually just taking down the skin. In fact, PRK is actually the only laser surgery that pilots can have that are in the military. They'll allow that to have corrections so that pilots can fly in the military. They don't allow LASIK because the flap can actually come loose. And you know, for people that are in sports with high impact stuff, regular LASIK, there's that risk of getting hit in the face and the flap coming loose and really ruining your eyes. So they're not taking the skin all the way down. I mean, they're not taking that lens all the way off. Basically, they're going to shape it with the lens that's still there. So the idea behind this surgery is to try and reconstruct the cornea and try and give it a better shape so that the light refracts better back into my optic nerve. So that's the goal. Anyway, watching these videos and everything, it kind of gives you a little anxiety because some of the people don't have much pain, and some people can't bear it. So, being through all the crap that I've been through, one LASIK surgery and dealing with the pain that I had with that, if this is like that, it's not a problem. If it's worse than that, yeah, I have to deal with it. But we'll see. I'm kind of prepared myself mentally for it, and we'll see what happens. I know that long term, I hope that this ends up being what I want. The short term from this last surgery, though, was not a good outcome. So I can't tell people to go get LASIK. I know that there's like 5% of people that have problems. I just happen to fall in that 5% category on this one. And it wasn't that my body rejected it. It was the fact that the laser that they used was not centered on my cornea, or my eye moved, or, they can't really tell me what happened. Other than it wasn't centered. So it's called a decentered ablation. And hopefully this guy down in San Diego, his name's Dr. Matwani, hopefully he can do a good job. He's done a lot of doctors. He's done several professional sports players for the San Diego Padres. Done some coaches for some of the teams. So, I mean, he's in La Jolla, California, which is San Diego, but it's, from what I'm told, it's kind of a ritzier area. So we'll see what happens. I know he's asking a premium price for this. So we'll see, I mean, you think about it, what are your eyes worth? If you see well, great. If you don't see well, what would you pay to get your eyes repaired and get them fixed? And it's something that, you don't think about till you don't have it. And dealing with the crap that I've been dealing with for the last 10 months, essentially. June 11th was when I had my first surgery done of last year. So we're in April, so May, June. It's been 10 months. And, I just want to see. I want what I paid for. Luckily, I got my money back, but, ultimately I would have preferred to have been able to see rather than have my money back. It wasn't bad enough that I couldn't work, which I was very fortunate of. It's been a pain in the ass trying to do fine detail type stuff. Soldering is out. I expect that I'm probably going to need reading glasses to read certain things, unless I get lucky and a miracle happens, I guess. But I'm hoping that there is something that they can do where they make one long distance, one short distance, and your brain can distinguish the two. The trick with that is, from what I've read, is it can't be past a certain degree of difference. So if you're +1 or -1, that may be fine. Right now I'm +1 in the right eye, -1 in the left eye, but I'm also decentered in the left eye, so I'm not seeing well out of the left eye anyway. So if they could clean that part of it up, then I would be seeing pretty well. For somebody that's had glasses and contacts since the 5th grade and probably needed them before that, I would be very happy with that outcome. So we'll see how it goes. But my dad right now is dealing with macular degeneration. My mother-in-law has got macular degeneration on a big scale. So I'm really hoping that I get my vision back at least for another 20 years. I'd be happy with that. I realize once you hit, 60, 70 years old, stuff goes anyway. So 20 years, I mean, if I can have it for 20 years without glasses, I'll be happier than happy. So that's the whole plan. But I want to reach out and say thanks to everyone that's said that they're praying that this turns out good. Because I tell you right now, not being able to see well is one of the worst things I could ever wish on someone. I think that it's, until you're put in this position, and you don't realize how important certain things are. Can't see, can't drive. I couldn't drive for the first 2 weeks after the first surgery. I'm expecting about the same for this one. So, I'm probably going to need rides to work. Hopefully I can work. And then you throw COVID in the mix and everything else is going on. It's just been a bad year and a half. You know, the whole last year sucked, and you know, things are getting better, but now you got people that are forcing mandates and asks and all this other kind of crap on you, on top of me not being able to see. I'm frustrated enough as it is because of my vision, and I got COVID enforcement officers coming to my building, and because someone called over someone not wearing a mask, which actually was not a violation because there was no one else in the restaurant. Guy was cooking, not wearing a mask. It's hot. They are not required to wear a mask. This lady decided to be a Karen and called this person. I don't know if it was a lady or not. I'm guessing it was a lady. Called in, complained that one of the cooks in our snack bar wasn't wearing a mask. So they showed up. No tickets issued. Really no real warnings issued. And what sucks about this is we have 3 separate businesses in the same building that are connected. One's a snack bar, one's a bowling center, one's a bar. They came in, they went to the snack bar, they went to the bowling center, which we were lucky everyone was doing what they're supposed to. And then they went to the bar. And the only problem in the bar was not everybody was 6 feet apart. That was easily solved. So no violations, nothing going on there. They had to leave. You know, they wrote down a few notes. They wanted to know who the manager was. That was me, manager of the snack bar and the manager of the bar. They got all that information. They left. They didn't write us a ticket or nothing. But the fact that somebody is ratting out businesses because they don't see the same thing. I mean, this is crap that the Nazis did and that other people did in Nazi Germany. So, I guess welcome to the social utopia of Alaska, or Anchorage anyway. That's where we're headed, guys. So, you know, if you're not compliant, if you're not following the same agenda that they are, they're going to turn you in and try and ruin your business. And unfortunately, that's what's going on right now. So, on top of not being able to see everything, even signing my name in some spots is a nightmare. I have to really look real hard to figure out where the signature line is to sign my name. So, you know, I've been able to adjust a little bit to this, but it'll be nice to not have to adjust to it. You know, I should be able to just live my life and enjoy glasses free, contact free vision for the amount of money that I'm paying for this. So I'm not going to mention how much this surgery is going to cost because it's like double what the other one was. But most surgeons don't want to fix another surgeon's mistake. So unfortunately, it is what it is, and I'm just hoping that it turns out well. Anyway, if there's anyone down in San Diego that I've known on Facebook or have come across in certain circles, make sure you reach out to me while I'm down there. I'm going to be down there from the 4th until the 12th. So feel free to reach out, but I'll probably do some live videos down there and kind of give updates on how things are going. I'm staying down there long enough to have a couple appointments, checkups, and go from there. So we'll see how it goes and go from there, I guess. A little nervous. I'm all packed up, ready to go. Got a laptop and all that kind of stuff with me. And it'll be nice to spend some time in some warm weather. I'll tell you that. This winter up here in Alaska has been a long winter this year. Haven't really got more snow than we have in other years, but we've got a lot of snow late, and it's been deep snow, like 17 inches at a time. So we're about normal, but we got it all at the end of it, you know. So, and it's been getting warmer. I mean, excuse me. Today it hit 41 degrees, so a lot of stuff is melting. I actually went and washed the Jeep. Tell you what, this stuff really messes up black vehicles. It makes everything look dirty. So we're kind of hitting the edge of breakup, which for the lower 48, that means that everything's starting to melt. Everything turns gray, everything turns brown, it gets nasty, it gets ugly. And people make lots of money off car washes right now. So if you want to invest in a car wash, Alaska is a place to go because you can make a lot of money really quick, and it only lasts like 3 months. Anyway, so I guess I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go up and try and relax a little bit before I try and go to sleep, which usually before a flight, I don't sleep for crap. So I'm hoping that I can get some shut eye before the flight. We're going to try and get out of the house by 6:45, be there, well, maybe a little earlier than that, 6:30. I'll be there by 6:45. Go through security and all that good crap. It is Easter weekend, so I'm hoping that there's not a ton of people flying. But we'll see. I know that my flight's already been changed once. We were supposed to leave a little bit later, and then I got bumped up a little bit, so which is fine. I think it was mainly the first flight that got bumped up, so it might have given me a little bit more time to find my way through the airport. I'm hoping the second one, it stays the same because I'm not going to be able to read crap after the surgery, so I'm hoping nothing changes on that one. We'll see. Going through the airport after the surgery is going to be interesting because if I can't read the damn billboard signs, it's going to be tricky. So I may have to have help getting through the airport. We'll see what happens. Anyway, to those that are praying that it goes okay, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And keep praying because Tuesday is D-Day. That's the day that I'm supposed to have the surgery. And I will probably do a live stream on the way there and maybe a live stream on the way out. We'll see what happens and give an update and see how I'm feeling. So I'll probably give a live stream at the airport tomorrow, or maybe when I land and see. I'm supposed to land in Seattle and then fly down from there. So we'll see what happens. But love y'all. Take it easy. And Alaskans, don't forget to vote. I'm not going to be able to vote in person this year. I could have, but we've already turned our ballots in. So make sure you get out and vote. It's hugely important. Hopefully, right now our voting percentage is really low. Hopefully, more people get out and vote this year. And I don't care which conservative candidate you vote for, just get out and vote. We need to have a bigger turnout than what the Democrats have for numbers. So make sure you get out there and vote for somebody. School board, make sure you vote for the right people for school board. And ultimately, that's where we're gonna make the change of school board. So that's where the kids are learning the stuff that we're dealing with right now. And I shouldn't say learning. I should say, you know, they're being spoon fed this crap. So anyway, I love you all. Be good, and I will be back on probably sometime tomorrow. And probably not from this. It'll be on my phone. So we'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. But love you all. Take it easy, and we will see you later.